Good evening, everyone. I'm Cassandra, and I'm here at Jade in Chacala, Mexico, inspired to share with you a good evening practice. So this practice is a combination of meditation, yin postures to relax and release into some shapes to help expand and open the body, and a combination of some fluid vinyasa movements. And then we'll finish with a shavasana. And at the end of Shavasana, you'll hear these chimes. And that'll be your cue that Shavasana is up. You could also continue on your Shavasana from that point. So we'll begin with meditation in a yin heart opener. So a supported heart opener, you can take your bolster or some blankets stacked on top of each other, or some pillows, and then just place a blanket or another pillow at the back end to support the back of the skull for another pillow there so that you feel supported. And I'll show you in a moment. You could also use yoga blocks, so you could take the blocks like equal signs, put about 2 fist distance in between the blocks, and sit about a hand distance in front. You would sit and then lay back. So the block under the spine is in the upper back, not the low back. And then the second block is in the back of the skull. Okay? So, I will show you the heart opener position here. Bring yourself right against the bolster pillow, or get a hand distance away from your first block. You can prop your knees up with additional blankets to support the inner leg line stretch. And just bring your feet together like a butterfly shape. You could also do this with straight legs and even prop the underneath of the knees to help alleviate, any tension in the lower spine if the hip opener is not feeling good for you. From here, kind of let the tail draw a little under, lay back slow, and then let the back of the skull rest onto the pillow part of the setup so that the chin is slightly down and in towards the throat crease. Your arms can snow angel wherever it feels good, maybe more downward or more open, whatever feels good across the heart center. Let yourself fidget and adjust and find a sweet spot where you feel genuinely comfortable and able to relax into the shape. From this position, close your eyes. Let's just take a deep clearing breath to harmonize. Deep inhale. And exhale like you're fogging a mirror. Now let's do 2 more, just relaxing and releasing anything from the day. 1 more. Start to just find your natural breath. Feel yourself in the present moment. And just like the waves you can hear in the background, allow your thoughts to simply come and go, not attaching to any one of them, but also not trying to stop the thoughts, just letting them come and go like the waves of the ocean. If a sticky thought surfaces, instead of pressing the thought away, perhaps allow yourself to engage in non-judgmental, unconditional, loving dialogue with that thought so that you can maybe embody whatever that thought or feeling is, so that you could move beyond that, find wisdom in that experience, fully embodying, moving beyond, and therefore letting yourself return back to a state of bliss. Just a few more moments with this work of letting the thoughts come and go, and embodying and moving past the thoughts that are sticky. are to deepen your breath now. As you inhale, fill the belly, your rib cage, your heart center, and maybe even ascend the breath into the crown of your head. And as you exhale, send the breath all the way down. Relax your belly towards your back. Inhale, build the breath up like a wave. And exhale, release the breath the same as the ocean releases the wave. This is called complete breathing. Just filling fully the belly, the ribs, the heart. Releasing completely, belly towards the back. Keep this breath. Take this time to have gratitude for your day, gratitude for your life, gratitude for any thoughts that surface in this moment. Just allow thoughts of gratitude to move through your mind now in this time. The art of gratitude is to become grateful for even the moments that are low, for they bring us to the moments that feel high. Every moment of life is given to us divinely so that we may expand here on our journeys as souls in human bodies. So just a few more moments to embody gratitude, genuinely grateful. And from this space of gratitude, taking a moment to set a personal intention for your practice. Perhaps relaxation is your intention, or grounding your energy, coming back to a feeling of joy in life, calming your mind, whatever it may be. Just another moment here to pick an intention for this practice. With your intention on mind, just begin to slowly bring your legs together. Just shift and kind of roll off to one side. And you could curl up on your side on your bolster, or press that setup away and curl up flat on the back. We're moving towards a flat back position. So if it feels good to lay flat on your side, just use your arm as a pillow and let yourself become very comfortable. Take 3 breaths here. As you inhale, repeat your intention to yourself. And as you exhale, just absorb those words so as to embody your intention. 2 more breaths. Now take your time to clear your props if you haven't. And then we're all going to find our way flat onto the back. So pressing aside whatever you need to have the space that you desire to be able to move freely. Once you find yourself flat on your back, draw the knees to the chest and just sway a little side to side. Make some circles with your knees, massaging the muscles around your sacrum and your lower back. And just begin to reverse the circle, going the opposite way. From here, hold on to the backs of the thighs and just straighten your legs up any amount. So your knees might be a little bent, your legs might be able to straighten. Makes no difference. As long as you're feeling a bit of stretch in the hamstrings, you're working your target area. Once we're there, holding where you feel supported, and just roll out your ankles. We're on our feet all day, so just letting your ankles begin to relax and release, and just reversing, going the opposite way. Deep inhale, point your toes, and exhale, flex your feet. Inhale, point, and exhale, flex. From here, bend your knees. Take your knees wide apart. You're just gonna hold your inner knees. Let your heels be heavy towards your sit bones. I like to call this a lazy happy baby because we're not doing those legs up high. We're just in the gentle inner groin stretch. You could hold the inner knees, or if you're experiencing more flexibility in the body, another variation would be to slide the hands down the shins any amount towards the ankles. So holding anywhere on the inner knee or across the shin or at your ankles. Letting your shoulder blades relax and letting the weight of the arms or the hands help to open the inner leg line. Let's take 3 slow breaths here. Now gently find the outer edges of your knees. Close the legs all the way together. Place your feet onto the floor. Take your feet hip width or slightly wider if that serves you, and let the toes and the knees point forward. Work towards aligning your heels under the knee area. If that feels really tight and uncomfortable, it's okay for the legs to be a little bit more forward. Take your arms down by your sides, palms face the earth, and we'll move through some dynamic bridges. Inhale, lift your hips and take your arms up over the head to the floor behind you. Exhale, lower the arms and the body back down to the earth. Good, let's keep doing that. Inhale, lift the hips and the arms up over the head to the floor behind you. Exhale, lower your arms and your bottom down simultaneously. Keep moving with your breath in this way. Every inhale lifting as you rotate your thighs inward so the bottom is relaxed. And exhale, slowly lower down. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Open your arms into a T-shaped position. Bring your feet wider than your hips. Usually about the width of your yoga mat tends to feel nice. We'll take a deep breath in. And we'll exhale, move through a windshield wiper movement for the twist of the low back here. So we're going to exhale, let the legs go over to the right. Inhale, let the knees come up through center. And then exhale, let the legs fall to the left, and the inner and the outer arch of your feet will kind of react. Let it be intuitive. Inhale through center, and exhale to the right. Keep moving with your own unique breath. Inhale through center, and exhale to the left. As you continue to move with your breath in this way, each exhale, feel your knee that's dipping inward, tugging gently forward to create more stretch across the hip and the thigh. And maybe even start to add your head into the movement. So with each exhale, letting your head fall the opposite way of the knees. Remember, inhale is the transition, and exhale, the knees and the head move opposite ways. Do this just a few more times on your own. One more time to the right and to the left. And then slowly find center once again. From here, one at a time, draw the knees to the chest. You could stimulate a little core energy, right, by lifting up the head and the shoulders. I have a sensitive neck, so I like to offer the variation of holding the back of the skull. You could get all the same benefits here that you would if you were to hold the knees. Right, so lifting up any amount. Let's just take another deep breath here. And then slowly lower your head down. Take your arms down by the side. Push your toes forward in space so that your legs make a 90-degree angle. Your knees above your hips, your feet in alignment with your knees. All right, we'll take a deep breath in. And exhale, touch your right toe down to the ground. And inhale, come right back to that 90-degree angle. Exhale, left toe down. Inhale, starting position. Keep going on your own. Every exhale, one toe touches. Every inhale, back to starting position. Use the breath. Do your best to press your lower back into the floor to really utilize the core in a way that will strengthen it. One more tap with the right toe. And one more tap with the left toe. And then draw the knees to the chest. You could roll over to one side and gently press yourself up, or you could rock your way up to seated if that resonates and feels good. From here, come into a cross-legged position. Right, so crossing one shin in front of the other. Let your hands rest at your knees. Sit up so that you feel tall in your spine. If you're feeling unsupported, you could sit up on some height. So if there's tension in the low back or in the hips, sit up on a blanket or a bolster, a block, a pillow, something to support yourself. From here, sitting tall, let the hands rest on the knees. Close your eyes. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, lift your arms up high to the sky. Rib cage up off the waist. You can even sway like a tree in the wind to get more space. And then exhale, twist over to the right. I'll mirror you. So we're all twisting the same way. Twist to the right. You could look to the right, or you could look forward and kind of let your left ear rest towards your left shoulder for a stretch across the right side of your neck. It's your choice if you want the neck stretch, left ear heavy, or if you'd like to simply look to the right. Let's take 3 breaths. 1. 2. 3. Inhale, reach all the way to the sky again, sway and get tall. And exhale, twist over to the left. You could let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder to stretch the left side of your neck, or you could simply keep the neck neutral and look in the direction you're twisting. We'll take 3 breaths. 1. 2, anchor down as you lift up through the crown of your head. And 3. Inhale back up to the sky, rib cage high, sway. And exhale, release the arms down and switch the cross of your legs. Again, height under the bottom if you're noticing that you need it. It's never too late. Holding the knees, inhale, tilt forward from the pelvis, so pelvic tilts. Tilt forward in the pelvis and let it ripple up as you open throat last. Exhale, start at the pelvis. Round your sit bones under, then your low back rounds, your upper back, then chin to chest. Inhale, tip to the front of your sit bones, arcing the spine 1 vertebrae at a time. And exhale, rounding, letting your head react last. Feel free to close the eyes and just take a few more pelvic tilts with your breath. Every inhale, opening. Every exhale rounding. One more. Good. Bring yourself to a neutral position. Roll your shoulders a few times. And then from here, bring your feet to the floor, about hip width or wider, whatever you need, and start to find a standing forward fold. So you can bend your knees and your mouth so that your torso touches the thighs. This will help protect the hamstring and the low back from overstretching. You could bring your hands next to your feet. You could hold your ankles, your elbows. Feels good sometimes to tug down on your skull and stretch your neck. Or maybe just to sway or side stretch. Take about 3 breaths here to do whatever feels good in your fold. Then bend your knees and slowly keep the head down. Slowly begin to roll yourself up to standing, 1 vertebrae at a time. Let your head come up last. As you stand, roll the shoulders up, back, down. We'll do 1 Surya Namaskara C, Sun Salutation C, to stretch the hip flexors. Then we'll bring it right back down to the ground. If your knees tend to be sensitive, you could craft this flow, this will lower the knee, by placing a blanket in the middle of the yoga mat. If you have yoga blocks with like some extra support, you can place those yoga blocks near the front side of the yoga mat. Bring yourself towards the front of the mat. You could go feet hip width, wider, or more narrow, whatever is supportive. Palms forward here, spread the toes, soft knees. Lift up through the pubic bone and take the sacrum down towards the earth. Draw the low ribs in, roll those shoulders back, and lift up through the crown of your head. Close the eyes and look at one spot, and take a deep breath, remembering your intention. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. You could go shoulder width with your arms and wrap the pinkies in, or lift the shoulders up and join your hands to look up. Exhale, bend your knees to transition safely into a forward fold, hands wherever it feels good. Inhale, come up halfway. You can slide the hands anywhere up the shins or on the thighs to kiss the shoulder blades together, or even branch your arms back. That's my favorite. Exhale, place your hands down on the floor or on blocks. And let's all step the left foot straight back so the right foot's in front. And then lower your knee down and point the foot. You can keep your hands on the blocks and just walk them under the shoulders more. You could also lock your hands on the top of your thigh. You could reach up just your left arm to get that stretch from your left finger down your hip flexor to your back foot. Or you could lift both arms. These are all choices. Take what you feel good with. Maybe even join the hands and look up. We'll take 1 more breath wherever you are. Exhale, bring the hands down. Move your blocks if you're using them. Bring your hands to the ground. Curl the back toe under and step back into plank pose with knees up or down, your choice. We'll take a deep breath in. And then exhale, lean forward and lower slowly. You can keep the knees up or down, but just keep your shoulders as high as your elbows or higher on the way down. Point the feet, hands underneath the elbows or slightly in front of the elbows. And inhale, pull your heart forward for cobra. Avoid locking your elbows here. Keep the elbows bent. In cobra pose, use those shoulder blade muscles. Take 1 more inhale. And then exhale, press back, and let's take a moment in child's pose. Since this is an evening practice, letting yourself ground for a moment. Now you could stay here or two more choices. Take puppy pose, melt the chest down or the forehead down, keeping the hips up and back as you reach forward with your arms. Or please feel free to take downward facing dog, pressing your pelvis up and back, keeping a good distance between hands and feet so you can open the chest. One more breath wherever you are. And then we'll all come to downward dog. Bring your feet together. Inhale, lift up your left leg to the sky. And then we'll exhale, step your foot between your hands. If your foot doesn't get there, grab your ankle and coast it forward. And maybe even use your blocks during that transition to get the foot forward. Once you're stable, point the back foot, hands on blocks or the floor. Or walk the blocks more under shoulders to lift chest. Or hands on knee. Maybe lift up just the right arm. Maybe both arms. Maybe join the hands, look up. Wherever you are, let's take one more breath. Release your hands down. Use the blocks or hold the floor. And then just step through a standing split moment into a forward fold. So just getting that little moment of hamstring stretch. In the fold, take a deep breath. Bend your knees. And we'll inhale, circle all the way up to the sky. And then exhale your hands to your heart. One more round. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees and your mountain. Inhale, halfway up, hands on the shins, the thighs, or branch back to open the chest. Exhale, bend your knees, hands down on the floor or the blocks. This time, lunge your right foot back first. Lower the knee, hands on blocks, floor, thigh, right arm up or both arms up. We're looking up as you join hands. Take two more breaths. Slowly release, move blocks under there. Step back to your plank. And then deep inhale, move forward. We'll exhale, lower the knees and bring them the way down or all the way here. Inhale, pull your heart forward, upward. And we'll exhale, let it lower. Two more times like that. Inhale, pull your heart forward, upward, elbows up. And exhale, forward, downward. Inhale, forward, upward. And exhale, forward, downward. Press back to child's pose, puppy pose, or downward dog. So child pose, or puppy, or downward dog, and we'll take 3 breaths. And from downward dog, bring your feet together. We'll inhale, lift the right leg up. This could also be done on hands and knees. And then exhale, step your right foot forward, grab your ankle, and coast forward or use your blocks to help you get there. Lower the back knee, hands on the blocks or the floor or the thigh. Maybe just left arm or both arms. 2 breaths. Slowly release using blocks or the floor. We'll inhale, lift the back leg to the sky like a standing split. And exhale, take the forward fold, bend your knees and your mount. Release the blocks out of the way if you're using them. One more breath. And then bend your knees to inhale, circle all the way up to the sky. And exhale your hands to the heart. Good. From here, we're going to lay down for one more posture before Shavasana. So go ahead and lay down on your back. Open your arms into a T-shaped position. I often encourage people to shift the bottom off center the opposite way they're going to twist, so that when you twist, your body's in more of a straight line. So go ahead and shift your bottom a little to the left, kind of just lift it up and move it over, and then knees to the chest to twist to the right. You can keep your head centered, or let your head fall to the left. Let your legs do whatever, maybe they're just kind of resting one ankle in front of the other, or stacking. You could even straighten the top leg towards your right hand and hold the foot, or the outer calf, or thigh. Close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths. Slow things down, one more breath. Slowly come back through center. Center your hips. And now move your hips over to the right and them out. Knees to the chest, twist your legs to the left. You can keep your head centered or turn your head the opposite way, so to the right. Your feet can stack or stagger, or maybe you straighten your top leg towards your left hand, holding anywhere on that leg line. Find what serves you. Close your eyes. Take some deep, slow breaths. Slowly come back to center. Center your bottom. Hug the knees to the chest. One final moment here. Maybe circle or sway. Take the knees into that lazy, happy baby like we started with. Or maybe flex your feet. Grab the outer arches and stack your heels above your knees. All right, from here, you could then release yourself for Shavasana. So straighten your legs against the earth. You could take your arms into a downward V. If you have any lower back discomfort, you could take a bolster under the backs of your thighs, or use blocks or a blanket, anything like this. If you have an eye pillow, maybe place that over the eyes. And just close your eyes. We'll just take a few moments here to integrate and receive the benefits of the practice. So take this time to relax and release. Be open to love and light. Start to deepen your breath. You can gently wiggle fingers and toes, roll wrists and ankles. When you're ready, stretch your arms away from your legs and take a big good morning stretch on your back. Take your time to hug your knees to your chest. Roll over to one side and curl up in a ball there. Take a deep breath. Gently press yourself up to seated. Join your hands at your heart center. Close the eyes and gently bow your head towards your heart, connecting your mind with your heart. May we always speak from our heart and act from our heart. When we're in our heart, we are in our highest vibration of self. Thank you so much for sharing this space and time with me. Many blessings to you. Good evening. Thank you so much. Namaste.